What's up, you money makers and Lucid investors? Welcome back to the channel. Lucid was down 0.56% today. Let's review what's happening. In my opinion, Lucid is stabilizing. We have seen a huge short volume. We have seen a lot of buzz. We have seen some price target updates and price prediction updates from analysts. I'm going to share all this information with you in this video. So before I go ahead, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice, so do your own due diligence. Now take a look what happened with Lucid. For the most part, we were up and above $7.10. The day range $7.10 and $7.42. If you think about what's been going on, July 13th, which is today, we saw 57.86% short volume. While we had 25.2 million FINRA volume, 14.5 million was a short volume. So short sellers are targeting Lucid, but guess what? This is going to turn into a short squeeze because Lucid, yes, it struggled selling vehicles, but they have backup from Saudi. So money is not going to be a problem for Lucid. Lucid will do everything and anything in their power to make sure that they sell more and more vehicles. If you think about Lucid, they have been selling vehicles, so the selling or the revenue is not a problem. On the contrary, we saw March 22, 57 million in volume. March 23, we saw 150 million in revenue, which went up 159%. While we saw the short volume of 57.86 today, yesterday the short volume was 61.10%. Now, and this is what I wanted to tell you, when you see such a high short volume, and if the stock is not going down, that means there is a strong fundamental. One of the reason is, take a look right here, our volume today's volume 50 million, which is up and about 37 million in volume. If you take a look at the low and the highs, I wanted to quickly share, we have a higher low. Yesterday's low $7.08. Now remember, yes, there is definitely a setback because Lucid was not able to sell enough vehicle. But now that consensus is from the analysts, and Lucid already knew where they were struggling. They had reservations, but they were not converting. They were not selling. So they will figure out what to do. They'll figure out their game plan. Now, when you have $92,000 car, and if you're targeting prime or premium market, and while Tesla is lowering down the price point, you will struggle, and that is going to be a natural thing. However, the challenge could be if Lucid cannot figure out in next couple of months what is their strategy, that is going to be a problem. But I do not foresee that is happening. Now, when short sellers were selling out loud 57.86, 61, 57, 51, we did not really go below the $7 price point. And this is where I'm thinking that the short sellers are going to get scared, and this may turn into a pretty big spike one day. Now you will need to wait for that day. Right now, take a look. We are $7.12. Yesterday we closed at $7.16, and today we closed at $7.12. Yes, we are slightly down in terms of the price point, closing price point, but the low is higher. The higher low today. Yesterday's low was $7.08. Today's low $7.10. On the contrary, we opened up on a high note or higher note in green, $7.17. We went to $7.42. We made a low of $7.10 and closed at $7.12 with a pretty healthy volume of 50 million. If you think about what is going on stock tweets, we have 211,000 watchers. So it is backed by a strong community. People are rooting for Lucid. So if you're rooting for Lucid, write down in the comment section below your price expectations. Now you cannot have price prediction, but if you have price prediction, write down your price prediction and let's see. If you think about Lucid going $10 anytime soon, write down in the comment section below as well. One of the big price point that we have discussed is $7. If Lucid is not going below $7, let's take a look. Right now, by the way, Lucid is showing a pretty good signal. So now if you see this red line right here, that's a 50-day moving average. Right now, the price point, real-time price point, this blue bar, that is the real-time price point that is above that red bar. red bar, moving average. Blue bar is the real-time average, real-time price point. Real-time price point is above the moving average. That is how I can say that Lucid is trending in a pretty positive, bullish direction at the moment. Take a look what happened lately. Yes, we dropped from right here. Take a look from $7.76. We dropped suddenly to $6.50. Same thing happened right here from 8/12 when Lucid declared again their sales, the deliveries. Not the sales, but the deliveries basically. We dropped from $8.12 to $7.16. And we are pretty flat and trying to settle down. Once this dust settles down, take a look what has been happening. This green juicy bar that you see is a buying volume. All this buying volume, while Lucid goes up, we saw a little bit of a selling volume, that red bar you see right here. But then suddenly picked up with the buying volume as you see. Yes, we did have the selling volume, but for the most part, regardless of the short sellers, we did not break out of that $7 massive support. $7 was a big resistance, if you remember, when we went to $5.47, if I remember that number correctly. 547, right? And it took us a hard few days before we could even hit that $7 price point. But once we hit that, it's $7 kind of became our strong support, and from that we saw $8 right here and 12 cents. Now the year range is $21. That's the high price point. I don't foresee personally that it goes to $5.46. Let's take a look what the analysts are talking about on Yahoo. It's right here. This is their June price prediction and rating. Price prediction average $8.30. They have total 13 analysts. Out of that, one analyst saying underperform. The rest are either saying hold, buy, or strong buy. One is saying a strong buy, 5 is saying a buy, and 6 analysts are saying hold. So all in all, the consensus from the analyst is still pretty bullish, and they are in the opinion of either buying or holding. LCID stock tanks after missing delivery estimates, which is what we saw on Tip Ranks. Now, while Tip Ranks tells us that, take a look. Their price prediction for the consensus analyst, $8.67. That has not changed yet. Now, again, their high price target is $10, average $8.67, and lowest price point is $6. Now, you think about your low, the risk that you have. Even if the $7 stock goes to $6, you have not much to lose. But if it turns out that it can go from $7 to $10, you are looking at close to 50% return on your investment. Now, you decide what you want to do, but yes, this is a fact that the revenue number or their delivery numbers fell slightly short. But don't forget that they have a strong community, as you see, 211,000 watchers just on stock tweets. We did not really see such a high watcher on many of the stock. Even if the popular stock like MULN, they didn't have it, HCMC didn't have it. All in all, the sentiment, let's take a look. The sentiment score, of course, slightly bearish 15 minutes ago, and slightly bearish. But the message volume is slightly high, which means people are talking about Lucid left and right, and one day ago it's high. Many people are still rooting for Lucid. Take a look right here. LCID, buy and forget about it. That's how you will retire being a millionaire. This is not me, but in the next 10 years, the estimated worth of Lucid stock will be something skyrocketing. I don't know where the number came from, but I don't really have any justification for $240, but I can say that Lucid has big things to come up. While we see overall news is bearish, which is when you see the opportunity into the market. We have seen that Lucid share dropped because of the delivery stake from Tesla's price war, and this is precisely what happened because Tesla went ahead and lowered down their price point. Guess what? Tesla is indeed, without any doubt, one of the most popular EV stock. And their stock skyrocketed again from 110 to 279, which is right now. While the market was pretty green for the day. Take a look, NASDAQ 1.58% up. S&P was up 0.88%. 0.85%. Dow Jones was up 0.14%. Overall, Lucid did pretty well. For 1 month, we are still up 11.25%. If you bought it around $6, you're still in money. So do your due diligence. Decide your exit strategy for 5 days. We are pretty flat. So nothing to lose. For 6 months, we are down 11%. I wouldn't be surprised if we skyrocket once again to $10 right here, or even $12 to $14, which I have been telling you on this channel. If you are finding this videos helpful, do make sure that you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on some very juicy and time sensitive information. All in all, we are doing pretty good in terms of the volume. 50 million is our volume, which is a 13 million more than the average volume of 37 million. I already talked to you about what is going on in terms of the price prediction, but one thing I wanted to tell you, which is 1 day chart right here. 1 day chart shows me that there's 35 RSI. When you have 35 RSI, that means the stock is oversold. When the stock is oversold, it will help the stock go into the positive direction. So I expect, unless the stock market tanks overall, the entire stock market tanks, otherwise we'll see Lucid push itself into the positive direction once again. If you take a look right here, this red bar is still, we're not still out of the danger in general. We're not 100% bullish for 1 day average, but we're bullish for short to mid to long term, right? If you don't think about day by day, this will change. This will really match with what we have seen here. What we have seen here, once again, let me repeat, this red bar right here, that's a moving average. And this is the real-time price point that you see, the blue bar. Now, blue is above the red bar. Real-time price point is above the moving average, which is a bullish condition. Now, 1 day is going to soon match that behavior. If you think all in all, we try to sell down. This is not going downwards, in my opinion. Because if we broke down $7, and watch out for that $7 mark. Once we go to $7, we need to see where the stock goes. But for the most part, and again, this is all happening with a huge short selling. Now, if you're short selling, that's a different story. You may or may not like to hear this, but this is the reality based on the technical pointers that we are seeing. Now, take that into account. Yes, we did see a pretty big slump right here, but if you think about 1 day, we are going to match up with the price point, because the real-time price point, $7.11, $7.12, and the moving average is $7.14. For the most part, the moving average kept meeting the real-time price point. Many times the real-time price point went above and beyond the moving average, while we had RSI 35 RSI. Again, something great I like to see, because it's below 50. It's an oversold condition, which means more buying will be happening, and that also suggests that the short selling is happening. So sellers are selling. At one point, they'll have to go ahead and buy the back. At that point, there could be a possibility of a sudden spike, maybe turning into a short squeeze, gamma squeeze, and all of the above. I hope you liked this video. If you did, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.